What's up, guys? It's Denise Salcedo. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am joined by none other than Sean Sapp, my good friend, Sean Sapp. Sean, we're finally doing it.
Oh my gosh.
We're finally doing this video that I think we've been talking about for decades, ranking the Forceable Entry album. First and foremost, welcome. And what do you think about the fact that we're finally ranking this album?
Thanks for having me. It's funny, this idea was first brought up. Now that it's public and you've talked about it, when you were close to going to WWE, I was like, let's put some stuff in the can. That way we have some Denise SRS content in the future. Here we are 11 months later, finally doing it.
So you were trying to get as much Denise content as you possibly could.
Denise, you know me. If I film something, it comes out 6 months later.
That is true. Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy. So I literally went down a rabbit hole today because I hadn't listened to the album like in its entirety in a very long time. Like this used to be my album, you know, I used to listen to it all the time, but I kind of forgot. So I came into this and now I feel like I've sort of been taken back to like 10-year-old me when I was, you know, listening to this album.
So I won't say how old I was when this came out, but this was exactly the kind of music that I liked. And the sad reality is I love so many songs on this album. I don't like have any of them on my phone or anything like that. When you cover wrestling, you don't want to always be listening to wrestling music. You have to detach sometimes, but there's so much good stuff on this album.
All right, so here we go. This is what we're going to be doing today. So there are 19 tracks. I know some of you guys are like, no, Denise, there's 18. Well, technically there's 19. On some albums, they had a deluxe version, an extra song. So we're going to go ahead and rank all 19 songs from our least favorite to our most favorite. So will Sean and I have a similar list or will we have a totally different list? We're going to find out because we literally do not know. But first and foremost, a message from our sponsors. Get ready to embark on a GM experience like you've never have before. The Wrestling GM universe contains 20 wrestling companies that span over the USA, Canada, Mexico, Europe, and Japan. Your job as the general manager is to put on the most captivating shows possible for each unique and existing fan base. Pick how each show plays out, who fights who is champion, and how each wrestler's career evolves over time. The Wrestling GM app is available on iOS and Android. To download the game, click the link in the description box below. Now, back to our video. All right, Sean, here we go. Let's do this. So we're going to rank them from 19 to number 1, our least favorite to our most favorite. Do you want to go first or should I go first? I feel like you should go first.
Okay, yeah. Without a doubt to me, and I folded it over because I don't have as many pages as you. Legs by Kid Rock.
Oh, what?
Absolute garbage.
Why?
I'm going to explain to you why. For the sake of this, it was garbage for several reasons. Stacy Keibler hardly ever used it. It was for her. It was a cover of like ZZ Top or whatever. Before this, Kid Rock had some really good songs. There was like Cowboy, Ba Wata Ba, all that. I feel like this era was when Kid Rock was like, oh, I know I'm from Detroit and I could piss into Canada from my back porch, but I'm going to start doing Southern rock all the time. It never fixed itself. It never got better. It was so bad. And this song is what I blame it on. I don't care if anybody corrects me on it. I'm right and you're wrong.
Okay, I got to tell you, I'm a little shocked. I was expecting for this to be like one of your top songs. Like for some reason, I was like, Sean's really going to love this song. And I thought it was going to be like way up there. So I'm a little bit surprised. All right, so my number 19, I don't think people are going to be as surprised, but it's Whatever from Our Lady Peace, the Chris Benoit song. I'm sorry. Okay, so I went back and I listened to the album today. I couldn't listen to this song. I couldn't get through it. It just
bad
was
memories.
Not, it's just, yeah, it's bad memories.
That.
Like instantly, like, you get the and I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get through the song. So unfortunately, I'm sure like me back then loved this song a lot more, but me today, me who ranked it today, had to give it the last place.
I'll talk about it more later on with my ranking, but they don't play that live anymore because of the controversy. It was one of their most popular songs. Like they're a very successful band, but they won't play that live anymore. And I respect that decision.
All right, so here we go. Number 18. Sean, what's your pick?
Creed, Young Grow Old. I don't hate this song. This also is around the time when Creed went from the Creed that I knew and loved and adored, that My Own Prison album that they had. It was so good. There was a good WWE song that they used for Tribute to the Troops called One. They used this for Backlash 02, and it didn't hit very well. Creed was on fire back then, and this just wasn't it.
All right, I gotta say that in terms of like artists or bands that I like went out and saw bought because of WWE. Creed was definitely one of those bands where I was like, I'm gonna go and buy the album. Like my sacrifice was like literally my anthem. But my number 18 is going to be Live for the Moment by Monster Magnet, the Matt Hardy song. So the reason why this one is ranked so low is that even back then I didn't like this song, and to this day I do not like this song. I find it so incredibly boring. I'm sorry.
Really?
I think it's such a boring song.
Trying to get my camera to focus. Oh, I got it. Again, I'll talk more about these as I get to mine, but I think it's his, not his best theme, because the Hardy Boys theme was really good.
I liked it because other themes are like okay, but like this specific variation, it just sounds so dull.
Sure. This one, now that I think about it, might be below Creed. No Chance by Dope. Dope was another band that I really liked. It's probably a band that you never heard of, but it's a band that I really liked. But to me, if you're gonna, like, there are so many themes on this album where they borrowed from the original theme. Like that Chris Benoit theme you mentioned, that was a Jim Johnston song that they said, hey, rewrite this and do good with it. They did that with this. You cannot touch the original. It's not better than the original. And that's why Vince McMahon probably never used it. I don't ever remember him using this. It was not good.
When you have a really good theme song, if you're going to do a remix of it, it better be on par or better. So Sean, number 17. It's the same.
Yes!
It's the exact same thing. No Chance. I thought this one was kind of like, it was kind of lame. It doesn't have that same spark. So I'm sorry. It's got to get ranked pretty low.
Along the same vein, Break the Walls Down by Sevendust. I like Sevendust. I've seen them live. Quite frankly, I like almost every band on this album. It's just one of those, you're not beating the original. You're not. And there are like 4 or 5 songs on this album that were supposed to replace the regular themes, but then they got it out there and they're like, this just doesn't work. But I think for the novelty of the album, if people go back and listen, some of these could be fun because there's a whole lot of younger fans that have not heard these at all and don't know that there are other versions, but this is just another one. Great band, disappointing song.
Okay, so my number 16 is gonna have to be End of Everything. I just didn't really like this song. I'm sorry, Luke Owen. He probably would have ranked this song at number 1 since he loves Raven, but it was just kind of there. Like, I don't even remember that much of this song. Like, when I was listening to it, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. It just doesn't have enough, like, for me, it doesn't have enough to carry me away for me to actually get into the song and like start singing and like rocking out to it. Like, it's just there. It might as well be elevator music.
It kind of follows the same vein of a lot of the ones that I just mentioned. Just Another Victim, that's Taz's theme by Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill, great music. Insane in the Membrane, or Insane in the Brain, same song. Rock Superstar, Rap Superstar are good. I thought this was corny. I think that Taz is played out better by that sound and then just the music, as opposed to there's this weird spot where there's Michael Cole commentary over the song.
I'm not gonna say anything right now, but this is the first one that I have to disagree with you on it being so low. All the other ones, I was like, I get it. This one, not so much, Sean.
If I had never heard Taz's original theme, I would probably think this was decent. But because I know how good it sounds without lyrics, I couldn't rock with it. But I got a perhaps controversial one next.
Mine's is not going to be too controversial, actually.
Oh, you're up next. Sorry.
It's Legs. And I didn't really like this song either. It was like, okay. Like, I think for this particular song, I like the actual, like, the instrumental portion of it more than the actual lyrics. Like, the lyrics for me are trash, and I also hate Kid Rock. So suck it, Kid Rock.
Now here's
a controversial pick. I'm scared.
This one might get me some hate. One of a Kind, Rob Van Dam, Breaking Point. A lot of people love that song, Denise. I don't.
But I don't think it was one of the best of the album, though. I don't think it's too controversial.
People are oddly sentimental. So when I first discovered Rob Van Dam, it was like the 97 WWF stuff, and I was like, I gotta watch him on ECW. And he came out to Walk by Pantera, which is a perfect wrestling song, perfect for him. And I felt like they tried to recreate it here. They tried to recreate a lot of the crowd participation, and it was just a corny song. Have you seen the music video for this?
No, I haven't.
It was on Rob Van Dam's DVD, and it's hilarious. Like, I'm
What's
pretty
the music
sure
video?
there's like street racing or something. And I think Rob Van Dam spin kicks the keys out of somebody's hand at one point. It was so bad, Denise.
That doesn't even make sense to his
I know.
character. All right,
I know.
cool. Well, number 14 for me is going to be Young Grow Old. I agree. I think that Creed has just had way too many great songs, and this was not it. I'm actually surprised this one, if it wasn't for the other songs, like me liking them a lot less, this one would have probably been ranked like all the way at the bottom because Creed is better than this. They're better than this.
They got a bad rap towards the mid 2000s, but some of that early music was really good. I've got another potentially controversial one, and I'm not nearly as professional as you with your cards, but across the nation, the Raw theme from Union Underground.
Sean, no.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Denise, no.
Sean, no. You got to revise this. What are you saying? Number 13 across the nation?
Denise, no. I couldn't do it. This was the theme song for like 4.5 years. It's one of the longest theme songs that they kept. And I just,
Because it was awesome, Sean.
Yeah, but the era of Raw was not awesome. We're talking about 04, 05, 06. That era of Raw was so bad. I identified it with like me going, man, I can't wait until TNA comes on because this sucks. And then oh
Sean,
my
don't
God.
you want to move to the music? Come on, man. That
And-
song rocks. I was just complaining that I'd been missing it. Like, I think on Monday I was complaining about that.
I mean, honestly, when I think about it, it's probably like maybe the second, third best Raw theme ever. But when I hear it so much, I don't want to anymore. I think the Thorn in Your Eye from the Attitude Era was the best. This one might be like second. I like the one they have now, actually. It's really
Oh,
good.
that one's super lame.
I like it.
It
It's
doesn't
alright.
have the same oomph. Like when Raw starts, I want to feel excited. Like I want to like feel like, oh my God, I'm about to watch Monday Night Raw.
Well-
That's how I felt with Across the Nation.
Well, the sad reality is, Denise, I don't hear this theme that much because I don't start watching till 9, and I'm fast forwarding through that theme song.
I'll tell you, it sucks ass. It's
Yeah, I
not
know.
that great,
It's
okay?
terrible.
It's so generic. My number 13 is Ride of Your Life, Neurotica. There is absolutely nothing special about this song, and this song would have been ranked. It was so forgettable. I didn't even realize it was still on the album, like when I went back today. It sucks, Sean.
I like Neurotica. Well, I like this song. I actually haven't heard of anything from Neurotica besides this. They seem like a band that was like thrown together for this, and they're like, well, see you later. As I look, they broke up like right after this released. So
Then there you go. Proves my point. The song sucks.
I guess I enjoyed it, but yeah, I could see that. I could see this not being for everybody. It definitely doesn't fit as a wrestling theme, so they went with it for the pay-per-view theme.
Yeah, and it didn't even have that special, like, again, that special vibe, you know? Usually, like, pay-per-view theme songs, like, when I really like them, I, like, back in the day when you buy CDs, I would go out of my way to buy the CD just for, like, one song that I particularly liked.
Oh, far too often I did that. They started to sell the singles at like my local Sam Goody On Cue, whatever it is now. It's not anything now. They all shut down. But I started to smarten up and do that instead of buying an entire album for like $20.
Yeah, and then I discovered LimeWire.
And then my computer got sick all the time.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into songs I like. Like, I like the rest of these. Drowning Pool, the game.
It's so low on your list?
I know. I like a lot of this album, Denise. This is a good song. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about it.
But
I
it's
think
not even in your top 10.
It's not. There's a lot of good music on this album. And this is where it starts. Like, you're not going to hear me trash anything else. I love Drowning Pool. I thought they were really good. I think this is when Dave Williams, the original lead singer, was there. The one who sang Bodies and Tear Away, a lot of stuff that you would hear in wrestling for years later. And unfortunately, he passed away later that year. But I thought this song was great. It was so good. They didn't actually use it for Triple H's theme much, I don't think, but they used it for a couple video packages. And I think that works really well. Now, Denise, you're about to bury my choice.
I'm sorry. I just did not agree with it being ranked not even in the top 10. Like,
I love
just
it.
can't. I can't. And now, like, that I'm starting to think about the songs that are left over, and I'm starting to, like, kind of feel like we're not really on the same page. I'm a little bit scared to say my number 12 because I feel like it might be controversial. uncomfortable, but mine is Never Gonna Stop by Rob Zombie. I just find it so uncomfortable. The Give It To Me throughout the entire song made me feel awkward listening to it. Like,
have you ever listened to Rob Zombie?
I'm not really, no. I mean, unless like he did any other like wrestling stuff. I never really listened to Rob Zombie, but it just felt so uncomfortable. I'm sorry. And like any other part that didn't include the Give It To Me, I was into it and I was digging it. And it had such a great like instrumental, but that Give It To Me part, I just couldn't. I felt like I had to skip. Like I wasn't allowed to listen to that.
Number 11. It's Rollin.
Oh man.
There's a good reason, Denise. This was like 2 years after Rollin came out.
I discovered it when they put it on WWE television.
I know, but like this song came out like in 2000. And this is like 2002. By this point, I had already played that out and moved on. Like, I was done with this song. And because The Undertaker's got a motorcycle, well, here we go. Not only that, the actual Limp Bizkit album had 2 versions of this song that were better than this one. There was the regular rock version.
Did we ever hear those on like,
no.
Or this was the only version we got, right?
This is the only version we got. The Dead Man Mix, I think is what it was called. But there was also a rap version with like Redman, Method Man, DMX. That was really good. When you've got the 3rd best version of a 2-year-old song, and not only that, they got a whole remix album, and they probably got a couple of them on there that were better. By this time, I was just ready to move on past this song.
Do you remember when they had the live performance for Rollin, and they had like the dancers and everything? I love that song so much. I memorized the dance as a kid. Like that was like
do it.
I mean, I can't do it now.
Why
but
not?
Like,
it's like
because I just remember the girls would put their hands up and then they would put their hands forward and then they would do this and then they would, but at the same time their legs were like moving up and down. So they used to go like, keep rolling, rolling, rolling. It was really great. I used to perform it in front of the family.
oh my God. That is footage we gotta see.
Number 11 for me is One of a Kind, RVD's theme song. Not better than his, original theme song. So that's why it kind of got ranked a little low. Did not make the top 10.
As I rethink this, I probably would have had this at 12. Live for the Moment, the Matt Hardy theme.
Oh, that one sucks.
As I went back and listened to this, for the first minute, I was like, what the hell is this? It really should have started where the theme starts. Instead
of all the sad sorrow singing.
That was weird.
I don't even remember what he's saying.
It was really awkward. I felt very weird listening to that.
I'm sorry. How is this song ranked higher than Across the Nation and then the Drowning Pool's the game?
I think because at the time there were a lot of trash theme songs and I was just happy with that theme song.
Number 10 for me is actually Break the Walls Down by Sevendust for Jericho. Not the best Jericho, theme song. Like King of the World by Saliva, right? That was a million times better. This was like, it was okay. I was hoping I'd like this one a lot more, but I don't hate it. I just don't love it.
Yeah, when you're like the 4th or 5th best theme that somebody's had, that isn't promising. I got Love, Fury, Passion, Energy, which, Denise, do you know our history about this song?
No, what's the history?
I had to sing this song on a Quizlemania and nobody could guess it, if you remember.
No. Wait,
Yes.
was I on that one?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think we might have been teammates, actually. I can't remember. But nobody guessed it, but everybody in the chat guessed it.
No.
Because I went back and looked. Yeah, I was like, oh, man. I thought this one fit Lita so well. This was such a perfect theme song for her. And it's not the type of music I would usually listen to, but for her, it fit. And I got a lot of fond memories with that, at least.
Yeah, I like when it's sped up and once you got like the singing, I don't remember what the hell the lyrics were, but that part
I believe the lyrics are, so F your rules, man.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
but they would say the F word and they would static it out.
Number 9 for me, Turn the Tables, Saliva. I just really like Saliva. And this song was like, okay, why are you gasping? What's wrong with my pick?
I love this song.
Yeah, and it's in my top 10.
I
mean, I don't love it that much, but it's enjoyable.
The End of Everything. Stereo Mud, Raven.
Come on. That one was so lame.
Don't like Stereo Mud as a band. You know what does it for me? The caw, caw, caw. I mark out for it. I love it.
That made the entire song for you.
Give me more birds in wrestling theme music. That's what I want. More birds. All day birds, Denise.
So what about the little growl for Keith Lee? The little growl? No? Just birds? All right.
No, just birds.
Mine was Love Fairy Passion Energy by Lita. Good song.
And I got Rob Zombie ranked higher than you. I was a big Rob Zombie guy at that point. He was on a hot streak, like Dragula and Living Dead Girl, Thunder Kiss, a lot of stuff like that. And this is when I was really discovering him. And Edge was my favorite wrestler at the time. So I probably liked it a lot more then. And I was just so happy that Edge got rid of the You Think You Know Me theme.
Why?
Because I didn't like it. And then he dropped this and I was like, oh no. But he got the Alter Bridge song, which is amazing. And Alter Bridge rules too. But yeah, I really love that one.
All right, Sean. Well, I need to make up for your terrible choices. So my number 7, Just Another Victim. I love this song, Growing Up in the Streets of Brooklyn. I think it's so fun to sing along to. Like, I will rock out to this song every time.
Well, I guess we're kind of in the same boat because I just hit Ride of Your Life next, and you didn't like that at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that one at all. Number 6 for me is Rollin. I love this song. Are you kidding me? It's so fun. I don't know how you can't enjoy it when this song is on. So, justice for Limp Bizkit here. This is the cream of the crop for the album.
And we got some discrepancies here. We got some real discrepancies. This normally would probably be like number 1 or something, but I got The Beautiful People at number 5. Again, it's a song that had existed for like 5 years. I had heard it a billion times. I had heard it on SmackDown. I had heard it on Raw. I had heard it on video games and all kinds of stuff. It's an amazing song. It's one of the best songs. They ripped it off and used it for Christopher Daniels in TNA, which I love. Marilyn Manson, this is his best song he ever did. And a lot of his music sucked, but this was awesome.
I can't argue much because number 5, the same thing, The Beautiful People. I love this song too. I agree, it's a great song. Someone was playing it at the when I went to Not Scary Farm like a couple of weeks ago, and somebody was literally just bumping this song on repeat over and over, and I was just sitting there just listening to the same song for like 20 minutes. So I feel like thanks to that guy, this song got like embedded in my head to where like recently I could play it more than like, because obviously I enjoyed it as a SmackDown theme song, like I always liked it and all of that, but for some reason it just kind of stuck in my memory a little bit more recently.
Yeah, the drums are like really, really good there. Like it works out. It makes the song.
For me, it's the whispering. All right, number 4.
Turn the Tables by Saliva.
Why?
I think Josie Scott, the lead singer, is a very underrated musician. He can do rap rock. He can do really heavy metal. I don't know if you heard Hero with him and the lead singer of Nickelback. It's a ballad from the Spider-Man soundtrack. He's very good. This was another one of those songs where they were like, hey, take something that Jim Johnston already made and make it better if you can. And I thought this was one of the only songs that actually did that. The songs remaining on my list pretty well accomplished that. And that's what I liked. I think all of them actually did. All of the ones I have left are derived from the actual theme, because you know how wrestling themes are. Sometimes they're really, really corny. And they took a lot of these and made them awesome.
Now, all I got to say about this next one is that before I did my ranking, I thought this was going to be my number 1 pick. I legitimately thought this one was going to be my number 1 pick, but unfortunately it got bumped down to number 4, which was very surprising because I freaking love this song. So I was very upset when you ranked it very low on your list. And it is The Game, Drowning Pool. I think Triple H has the best theme songs across the board. Like, I can't think of a song that, like, for me hasn't been good of his. I like them all, and this one is definitely up there.
I mean, when you think about the history of Triple H's themes, King of Kings, The Game, Evolution, the DX theme that Run DMC did, even his Blue Blood theme was really, really awesome. Like, this might be 6th or 7th, and it's still really good. He's got like 7 or 8 really good theme songs.
Yeah, agreed. And I like them all.
Well, it's the one that you don't like. Whatever by Our Lady Peace.
Oh, that's polar opposite right there.
I think that besides maybe one other song, if you had never said that this was a theme song and I heard it, I'd be like, I just like that song. And there's a couple of Our Lady Peace songs that I like. Not Enough is a really good one that was used for a WWE video. But this one was so good. It probably fell from number one for me because of the Benoit stuff. Like, I haven't went back and watched a Benoit match since that stuff happened, outside of one show that was requested from Fightful Select. It does suck to listen to, and even like the lyrics are eerie now. And
so you're starting to see things differently.
yeah, I mean, I still like the song, but it is eerie.
Okay, I'm surprised that one was like so high up for you. Now, this next, my number 3 for me, man, this song really made this album for me, and I'm honestly really surprised that I didn't rank it at number 1 either, because I just think the song is freaking awesome. When I think of this album, and when I think of like what really sets the tone for it, this is the song. It's The Glass Shatters by Disturbed. I just think it's so. That's your number 2?
That's my number 2. This song
so
rules.
Good. It's such a good song. I love it.
I think this is better than his original theme. And I know that's like sacrilegious to some people, but damn, there's like
good.
There's some additional aggression to this song when Steve Austin walks out. Like when he came out, like the Glass Shatter was even better. And then Disturbed, like their lead singer's voice hitting. Ooh, it's
when
perfect.
He says, I'm breaking the limit inside you. Like that whole thing for me, oh man, shook me to my core. So my number 2, so darn you, Sean, Across the Nation. Because this song freaking rocks, man. I will listen to this song every day of my life and not get tired of it, because that is how good it is.
Well, let me tell you, buddy, around that time, I felt like I felt like that's the only thing I heard. Denise, it seems like we've got the same number 1.
Curse.
Let's
Okay.
hold it up at the same time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Put it up. It's slow.
Oh, yeah. This song is dope.
It's the best song, okay? And it's crazy that it's on the deluxe version, too. It should have been, like, just across the board all over, because it's the best song.
It represents Kane really well. It represented him way better than the original theme did, because the original theme, you could tell there was something there, but what they did and took and changed this into was really special.
At the beginning, you wouldn't even be able to tell that much of a difference from, like, the Kane song and then this song.
Yeah.
But once you get into, like, the lyrics and everything else, that's really when it just takes, like, a whole new life of itself. You said that this was your favorite, like, wrestling album, too, right?
Oh, by far,
okay.
Yeah.
So we agreed on the album as a whole and agreed on the number 1 song, so that's not too bad.
When I heard this, I was so happy. I don't know if they did the WWF Aggression album before or after. It just wasn't good. It was a lot of people trying to shoehorn rap, corny wrestling lyrics into rap songs. And outside of the Run DMC song, it just wasn't good. So when this came out a couple years later, I was hesitant. I was like, should I even check this out? And I went and I bought this album because I saw on the cover they had all these big name bands listed. I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I was like, man, this is just really good. Like, I'm not embarrassed to be listening to this right now.
I know exactly. My uncle bought it for me. I was always into the theme musics of, you know, the wrestlers and all of that good stuff. So I was very happy when I got this album as a gift.
It seemed like every couple years they would do something different. Like they did a rap album in 2000. They did the rock album in 2002. They did WWE Originals in 2004, which was so bad.
I dropped out. I stopped getting the albums after Volume 5. I didn't go for Volume 6, and after that, I just stopped.
Well, did you know they had a bit of a follow-up to this album?
To Forceable Entry?
Yes. Like 4 years later, they did WWE Reckless Intent. It was the official sequel to Forceable Entry, but this one had a couple of hip-hop artists in it as well. And it was pretty good, too. I mean, you've got Motorhead, King of Kings, you've got 3-6 Mafia, Mark Henry's theme, which was incredible. The MVP theme, which was a good rap song. You would have Saliva's Batista song, which was good. There were some good ones, but some of them were real bad.
Yeah, see, I dropped out after that. I was like, after Volume 5, I think that's when I just started singling out the songs if I liked them or if I didn't like them. I wasn't going to go and buy out the whole CD. All right, Sean. Well, thank you so much for doing this video with me. We finally got it done after like a year of talking about it. Before we go, please feel free to plug in your stuff, whatever you want to plug in.
Fightful.com. That's the only place you can find me. I don't do social media at all.
Nothing. Not even a little
Nothing.
bit. All right,
Not
cool.
a bit. Not anymore.
SRS anti-social media. All right, well, I'm going to post all of the links where you can follow Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful Select and Fightful. All of that good stuff is going to be in the description box below. So make sure you guys go ahead and follow Sean, because we also do every single Monday our Raw post show, which is very, very popular. So make sure
Very
you guys
good.
go ahead and check it out. But other than that, we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.